Money for you, money for you, money for you, money for you. You better come get a Beast Burger.
It's December 19th and just ordered this, and it's 10:26 p.m. in Arizona. Ordered from the Val Vista baseline location and got raw meat.
Back in 2022, Beast Burger looked like one of the smartest creator business moves ever made. For a moment, it seemed unstoppable. The brand claimed over 2,000 locations worldwide, popping up almost overnight across major cities in the US, Europe, and beyond. Headlines bragged about hundreds of millions in yearly revenue, and fans were calling it the future of fast food. A YouTuber building a global restaurant empire without owning a single building? It sounded almost too good to be true, like genius in motion. But fast forward to 2025, and that so-called empire is barely holding on. Most of the locations have vanished. The company behind the brand is now tangled in a tense legal battle with MrBeast himself. What used to be a booming burger chain has been reduced to a few ghost listings and just one real dine-in spot sitting quietly inside a mall in New Jersey. The concept that once felt revolutionary now stands as a cautionary tale, one that fell apart almost as quickly as it rose to fame. And here's the twist. The downfall didn't happen because of some huge scandal. It crumbled slowly, quietly, and then suddenly all at once. To really understand how Beast Burger went from viral success to what feels like a ghost brand, you have to rewind to its launch, December 2020. The world was shut down, restaurants were struggling to survive, and small businesses were closing everywhere. Delivery apps were exploding, and everyone stuck at home was craving something fresh, something fun. Then out of nowhere, MrBeast drops a wild video where he opens a restaurant that literally pays people to eat there.
I'm sorry for making you wait. Here's $100.
Thank you.
You might want to give another 100. It's going to be a second.
Chris said it'll be a second. Here's another 100. It's a burger and some money. All right, it's nice meeting you.
Here you go. Enjoy.
Dude, I don't have any burgers right now, but here's $100.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, man.
He's handing out burgers, stacks of cash, electronics, even cars. It's chaos mixed with generosity, and it's perfectly in line with his over-the-top brand. At the same time, he announces MrBeast Burger, and just like that, hundreds of locations go live instantly. Not in one city, not in one state, but all across the country. Within weeks, that number jumps into the thousands, spreading across multiple countries. And that's when everyone started asking the same question. How did he open that many restaurants overnight? The secret? Ghost kitchens. Instead of building actual restaurant spaces, MrBeast partnered with a company that specialized in creating virtual brands behind the scenes. The concept was simple. Existing restaurants and diners already using delivery apps like Uber Eats or DoorDash would add the MrBeast Burger menu to their lineup. They'd cook the food using the provided recipes, pack it up with the MrBeast branding, and send it out like any other delivery order. MrBeast supplied the name, the hype, and the audience, while the kitchens handled the cooking. And the delivery apps took care of the rest. On paper, it looked brilliant. Struggling restaurants got a much-needed boost during lockdown. MrBeast got instant nationwide coverage without opening a single storefront. Fans loved it too. They could support their favorite creator just by grabbing a burger. And for a while, it absolutely worked. Orders poured in so fast that apps even crashed. Social media was flooded with pictures of Beast-style burgers and fries, and the buzz was massive.
This is the car I bought. I bought that car this morning on an impulse to give away, and since you got sideswiped, I thought we might as well give it to you. Yes.
No, because I was just sitting there complaining about how I was going to get my car fixed. Thank you.
No problem. Are you crying? Oh, she's gonna make me cry.
I don't get nothing, like, for real, I work hard for everything I got. I don't get nothing handed to me.
Oh my gosh, I can't handle this.
Reports claimed sales passed the $100 million mark within the first couple of years. Business creators called it the blueprint for the future of creator-led brands. Fast, scalable, and hype-driven. But here's the catch. The same thing that made it so easy to grow also planted the seed of its downfall. Because when you don't control the kitchen, you don't control the quality. Food isn't merch, and that's where everything started falling apart. When the excitement faded, people began posting photos of what actually showed up at their doors. Burgers that looked nothing like the glossy promo shots. Some were burnt, others barely cooked. Orders missing sides, fries arriving cold and soggy, buns crushed flat, cheese half melted. It was chaos. Some fans even realized their so-called MrBeast Burger had been cooked inside random diners or gas station kitchens they'd never even heard of. Suddenly, grabbing a Beast Burger became a total gamble. One customer might get something edible while the next got a total disaster. And the worst part? Most people didn't understand what ghost kitchens really were. So when their food turned out bad, they didn't blame the random kitchen that made it, they blamed MrBeast because his name was the one stamped all over the box. Then came TikTok, and things got even wilder. Videos showing sad-looking burgers, weird textures, and sloppy packaging went viral overnight. People joked that ordering from Beast Burger felt like opening a mystery box.
I investigated secret ghost kitchens, starting off with Beast Burger, which according to Google Maps runs ghost kitchens out of gas stations, Thai restaurants, and even Mexican restaurants. And it turns out this was semi-true, as they were slinging Beast Burgers out of all these places, even inside of a Friendly's. After this, I had Tender Shack, which is a popular Uber Eats chicken spot, and it turns out they were just making these out of an Outback Steakhouse. Even crazier is that it was the same exact chicken as they were using in their kids' meal. Pardon My Cheesesteak was up next, which is a virtual kitchen owned by Barstool employees, and I saw that it was served out of IHOP, and I thought it would at least be a separate cheesesteak from IHOP's cheesesteak, but
sometimes you got something great, and sometimes you got a total disappointment. Influencers began digging deeper into the ghost kitchen system and found out just how messy it really was. Some of these places were juggling dozens of different virtual brands out of one tiny space. One grill, one fryer, multiple menus, and zero real loyalty to any of them. In some areas, even health inspectors didn't realize how many virtual brands were being cooked under the same roof. Quality control? Basically non-existent on that scale. And MrBeast wasn't blind to it. He saw the complaints pouring in. When fans tagged him with awful orders, he responded personally. He apologized, issued refunds, and publicly admitted that something was wrong. He even tweaked delivery zones to cut down on cold orders. But here's the real issue, and it's the one that changed everything. The real problem? MrBeast didn't actually own the kitchens. He was tied to a strict contract with the company that ran the entire operation, and that deal limited how much power he really had. He could complain, apologize, and try to fix things publicly, but he couldn't just pull the plug whenever he wanted. So they tried something bold. The one move that actually made sense. In 2022, they opened a real MrBeast Burger restaurant at the massive American Dream Mall in New Jersey. The launch? Absolute madness. Thousands of fans flooded the mall just to get a taste. Police had to control the crowds, wristbands were handed out, and it looked more like a theme park attraction than a restaurant.
turns out to be the same exact thing. The conspiracy ran even deeper though, because It's Just Wings, a popular DoorDash restaurant, is just Chili's wings repackaged, and Conviction Chicken, a popular Uber Eats restaurant, is just Friday's wings repackaged. Even Chuck E. Cheese has a restaurant called Pasquale's Pizza that runs out of there, and spoiler alert, it's the same exact pizza as Chuck E. Cheese's. And the weirdest part of all of this is that none of the workers that I confronted seemed to have any clue that this was happening right under their noses in their very own restaurants' kitchens. Very strange.
But the energy was electric. And here's what's wild. That location actually worked. It had its own kitchen, a trained staff, proper equipment, consistent branding, and most importantly, full control. The reviews were surprisingly positive. Business Insider even reported that the food was solid, the experience was fun, and stepping inside felt like walking straight into one of MrBeast's videos. And guess what? That restaurant is still open. That alone says everything. When MrBeast had full control, the brand worked beautifully. But when it was spread across random ghost kitchens, things fell apart fast. By mid-2023, the cracks were no longer behind the scenes. Fans noticed MrBeast had quietly deleted the original launch video, the one that started it all. When someone online asked if Beast Burger was done for, he admitted he was moving on, focusing on new projects like Feastables. He openly said that the ghost kitchen setup made it impossible to keep the quality consistent everywhere. He even hinted that he'd signed a bad deal, one that the company running the brand wouldn't let him walk away from, even though it was hurting his name. Those posts didn't stay up long. They vanished almost immediately, suggesting legal teams had stepped in. And that's when everything exploded. MrBeast officially filed a lawsuit against the company behind Beast Burger, accusing them of serving poor quality food, rushing expansion, and damaging the brand he built with his own name. It was no longer a creative experiment. It had turned into a full-blown business war.
Where's MrBeast Burger? How many of them do you have?
Right now, we don't have any physical. We have 1,600 virtual restaurants.
So you order it online and then they deliver it?
Yeah, so like, let's say you own a mom and pop restaurant. You literally just sign up, go through the course, you learn how to make all the stuff on a menu, and you just order our ingredients and our packaging, and then you just flick it on Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and you can start taking orders, and we let you keep a majority of the revenue. So it's basically like, it's a win-win for restaurants, especially when COVID first hit. It was like huge for a lot of restaurants because I was pushing it really hard back then. And like some restaurants, you were literally laying off people, and then they started serving Beast Burger, and some of them doing like 10 grand a week.
When news of the lawsuit hit, fans were shocked. But the business world wasn't. Behind the scenes, people in the restaurant and influencer space had been watching the tension grow for months. What had started as a dream partnership between one of the internet's biggest names and a powerful restaurant operator had turned into a slow-motion corporate disaster. And this wasn't just a messy breakup, it was public, personal, and costly. In his legal filing, MrBeast claimed the company had put quantity over quality, chasing rapid expansion and profit while ignoring customer experience. He said they'd used his name, his brand, to push out food that didn't meet his standards, damaging his reputation with every soggy fry and cold burger that left a kitchen. For a creator whose entire identity is built on generosity, consistency, and going above and beyond for fans, that hit hard. The company fired back fast. Their response painted a very different picture. They said MrBeast had violated their agreement by making public comments that damaged the brand. They accused him of using the controversy to distance himself from a business he helped create. It was a corporate version of finger-pointing, both sides claiming to be the victim and both sides trying to protect their image. Court documents described months of back-and-forth chaos, demands for better quality control, complaints about negative reviews, disputes over royalties, and growing frustration from both teams. It was clear that trust had completely collapsed. What began as an innovative experiment during lockdown had turned into a PR nightmare for everyone involved. Fans didn't know who to believe. Some said MrBeast had every right to fight for his name. Others argued that he'd abandoned small restaurant owners who had joined the program in good faith, hoping to survive a brutal economic time.
Called the crowd.
Thousands of people crowded the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford for a restaurant opening.
YouTube star MrBeast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, has more than 100 million subscribers, and now he's got a burger joint, his first brick-and-mortar restaurant.
Until now, the burgers were made in ghost kitchens and could only be ordered on delivery services, so some fans traveled from far away for the big grand opening.
I am absolutely stunned by the amount of people that have traveled here from cross-country, out of the country, and some have never even tried one of these burgers.
Overnight, a project that was supposed to help local businesses had turned into a battle about contracts, money, and responsibility. And then came the headlines. The fall of Beast Burger. From genius to legal war, MrBeast sues his own brand. Each story made things worse. Reporters dug through court filings, analyzing every line, while social media amplified every rumor. Some claimed the operator had kept running ghost kitchens even after being told to stop. Others suggested MrBeast's legal team was trying to regain full control of the brand name to prevent further damage. Whatever the real story was, one thing became clear. The experiment was officially over. By early 2024, most ghost kitchen listings vanished from delivery apps. The logo disappeared from partner restaurants, and social media accounts linked to Beast Burger went silent. The American Dream Mall location remained the last surviving piece of the empire. Still open, still serving, and still drawing fans who wanted one last taste of the legend. But while Beast Burger was dying, the story behind it was reshaping the entire creator economy. Other YouTubers, TikTokers, and influencers who had once dreamed of launching food brands started rethinking everything. They realized the same thing MrBeast had learned the hard way. When you lend your name to something you don't fully control, you're not just selling a product, you're gambling with your reputation. Marketing experts started calling it the Beast Burger effect. It became a case study in business schools and content creator conferences. On one hand, it proved that a digital audience could be transformed into real-world customers overnight. On the other, it showed how fast things can spiral when brand control slips away. For creators, it was a wake-up call. Hype can build a business, but only structure keeps it alive. And here's where things get even more interesting. MrBeast didn't let the failure slow him down. Instead, he pivoted fast. Feastables, his snack company, became his main focus. This time, everything was different. Full ownership, full control, and strict oversight over production, packaging, and marketing. No third-party operators running rogue kitchens. Every ingredient, every factory, every design element went through his team. The message was clear. He wasn't going to repeat the same mistake twice. Insiders said the lawsuit became a defining moment in how creators approached business deals. Companies could no longer rely on influencers to just lend their name and walk away. Big creators demanded control clauses, quality standards, and veto power. The MrBeast situation had rewritten the rules of influencer business partnerships. Meanwhile, the company behind Beast Burger struggled to recover. Their reputation took a massive hit. Other creators who had once considered working with them quietly backed off. Several of their other virtual restaurant projects saw declining numbers. The trust that once made ghost kitchens exciting now made them risky. Customers didn't want mystery meals anymore. They wanted transparency, to know who was cooking their food and where it came from. And for fans, the story left a strange kind of sadness. Beast Burger had started as a symbol of hope during one of the darkest global moments. It gave struggling restaurants income, brought people excitement during lockdown, and made fans feel connected to something bigger than themselves. But in the end, it became a story about control, accountability, and the limits of scaling something that wasn't built to last. As the case dragged through the courts, leaks continued to surface. Emails, statements, and screenshots hinting at the chaos behind the scenes. MrBeast's lawyers argued that his brand had suffered long-term damage. The company argued that he was trying to rewrite history after things went wrong. It was business drama at its peak. Massive money, massive egos, and a global audience watching every move. And yet, despite all the noise, one thing kept echoing online. MrBeast's name survived. Unlike most influencer scandals that end careers, this one didn't break him. His transparency, quick pivot, and willingness to confront the issue head-on actually boosted his credibility. Fans saw that he wasn't hiding. He took the hit, learned from it, and rebuilt. That's rare in a world where most people run from controversy. By the time 2025 rolled around, the lawsuit was still technically active, but the cultural verdict had already been decided. MrBeast remained one of the most respected and powerful creators on the planet. Beast Burger, however, became a lesson, a warning about what happens when viral success outruns real-world infrastructure. For every flashy headline and record-breaking launch, there's a deeper truth. You can't scale trust. You can buy ads, rent kitchens, and flood apps, but you can't outsource reputation. Once the name on the box loses meaning, the brand collapses, no matter how famous it started. And that's the legacy of Beast Burger, a brand that rose out of innovation, thrived on hype, and fell apart because of control. It wasn't just a restaurant experiment. It was the moment the entire internet realized that even the biggest creators aren't immune to business reality. The message couldn't have been clearer. MrBeast wanted out completely. But the story didn't fade away quietly. Within days of him making his intentions known, the company behind the operation struck back. And they didn't hold back at all. They filed a massive countersuit reportedly worth over $100 million. That move flipped the entire narrative overnight. Their argument was simple but sharp. They claimed MrBeast had damaged the brand himself. According to their side, the bad reviews were only a small percentage until his public comments made things worse. They accused him of defamation and insisted that his decision to walk away wasn't about principle or protecting fans. It was about money. They said he was trying to escape a profitable contract that he had personally helped build, all while painting himself as the victim. Suddenly, the situation became almost surreal. Think about it. MrBeast, the creator who built his image around generosity and positivity, was now locked in a courtroom battle to shut down his own restaurant. Meanwhile, the company running it was fighting to keep using his name. On the surface, fans were still ordering burgers through delivery apps, thinking they were supporting their favorite creator. But behind the scenes, it had turned into a storm of legal documents, angry emails, and boardroom battles over who really owned the brand. As all this played out, something bigger started happening across the industry. The ghost kitchen model that had exploded during the pandemic was beginning to fall apart. Customers were growing tired of mystery food made in mystery kitchens. They wanted to know where their meals were coming from and who was making them. Delivery apps were now drowning in virtual restaurant listings. Names and menus nobody recognized, all blending together. Health regulators couldn't keep up with inspections, and quality control was becoming impossible to maintain. What was once seen as the future of dining was now turning into chaos. And in that chaos, the company running MrBeast Burger tried desperately to hold on. Beast Burger had become one of their last recognizable names. The one brand that still got clicks, still had fame attached, but reputation is fragile. Even as they clung to the name, customer trust was slipping away. By the time 2024 rolled around, the picture was grim. The vast network of Beast Burger ghost kitchens had evaporated. Most locations disappeared quietly from delivery apps with no notice at all. Only a few ghost listings stayed active. But even those were inconsistent. The once thriving brand was now a ghost of its former self. The only real physical restaurant still standing was the one at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, and it kept running because it was the only one actually controlled by MrBeast's team. It had real chefs, real standards, and real quality. Meanwhile, MrBeast had long since stepped away emotionally and professionally. He made it clear that he didn't want his name attached to something he couldn't oversee personally. Instead, he focused on new ventures that gave him full creative and operational control, like his wildly successful snack brand, Feastables. This time, he wasn't taking chances. Every ingredient, every piece of packaging, every shipment had to meet his standards. If his name was on it, he wanted his hands in it. While MrBeast was building forward, the company behind the old brand was spiraling. The countersuit painted him as a power-hungry businessman who abandoned a profitable opportunity. But fans didn't buy it. They had seen the photos, the TikToks, the countless videos showing disappointing meals and crushed packaging. Public sympathy leaned heavily in MrBeast's favor. People weren't angry at him anymore. They were rooting for him to win the fight and reclaim his name from a system that had gone completely off the rails. By mid-2025, the legal war had turned into one of the biggest business showdowns in the creator world. It wasn't just about food anymore. It was about control, ownership, and reputation. Beast Burger had become a lesson for the entire influencer industry. Everyone from streamers to vloggers started paying attention, realizing that the same thing could easily happen to them. Creators began demanding new rules in their contracts: ownership rights, veto powers, and full oversight over anything carrying their name. Lawyers called it the Beast Clause. It was a shift that changed how brands partnered with influencers forever. What once seemed like a simple licensing deal was now treated like a potential legal minefield. And through it all, MrBeast's career only kept growing. His transparency and willingness to face the problem head-on earned him respect. Fans admired that he didn't sweep it under the rug or blame others. He admitted that things had gone wrong, took action, and learned from it. That kind of honesty is rare, and it made him even more untouchable in the long run. By late 2025, the lawsuit was still crawling through the courts, but the public had already moved on. The verdict in the court of public opinion was clear. MrBeast's name still stood for generosity, consistency, and creativity. Beast Burger, however, had become something else. A cautionary tale about what happens when fame moves faster than foundation. And that's really the heart of this story. Beast Burger didn't fail because the fans lost interest. It didn't collapse because the food was inherently bad. It fell because you can't mass-produce trust. When you build a brand on personality and connection, the product has to reflect that same authenticity. Once people start feeling like the magic is gone, once they feel tricked or disappointed, it's nearly impossible to win them back. Beast Burger showed the world that hype can take you far, but structure keeps you there. It's not enough to go viral. You have to deliver something real every single time. And that's what separates trends from legacies. In the end, the rise and fall of Beast Burger will be remembered not as a tragedy, but as a turning point. It marked the moment when creators stopped being just entertainers and started becoming real business leaders. It forced the entire industry to grow up, to take brand management as seriously as content creation. So, was Beast Burger a failure? Financially, maybe not at first. The numbers were massive. But reputationally? Absolutely. Strategically, it became a warning more than an inspiration. And ironically, that might be its most valuable legacy. Because every big idea comes with a price, and MrBeast paid his in public with millions watching. Yet instead of falling apart, he used that experience to build something stronger. So, what do you think? Did Beast Burger ever really work for you? Did you manage to get a decent meal? Or were you one of the many who got burned by the ghost kitchen chaos? Drop your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who remembers the hype days of Beast Burger. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.